So, you probably have heard about internal podcasts, and you're thinking, what is an internal podcast? Well, let me tell you. Hey, it's Jennifer Lee, and I've had over 10 years of broadcasting experience. Currently, I'm working in the podcasting world with Haven, the Home Builders Association of Vancouver. I co host their podcast, Measure Twice, Cut Once, with the lovely Michael Freeman. And now I have started a YouTube channel on how to podcast. So let's get started. Today's topic is, what is an internal podcast? Okay, so you might be wondering, what is an internal podcast? Well, really, it's the same thing as an external podcast that you would see on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, etc. The only difference is it's a private podcast for companies and organizations, and it's a great way to keep all your employees connected, especially during this time of COVID when a lot of people are working from home or working different schedules, and maybe everybody's not on the same page. It's a great way to keep your communication flow going, because when you work for a bigger company, a lot of things can get lost in communication, and we don't want that. So a podcast is a great way to keep the communication flow flowing. I know that sounds corny, but that's okay. That's what we're talking about. So, other great reasons to have an internal podcast for your company is the fact that a lot of employees right now have Zoom fatigue. They're tired of looking at a screen. I know I am. I'm tired of Zoom fatigue. So, it's a great way to create good content that's fun and engaging for people, that is focused around your company, and then they can listen to it on their own terms. And so they can listen to it while they're typing or doing other things on the computer while they're working. And then on top of that, they can listen to it at home or on a run. So you're not tied to just watching it on a screen. So that is another great reason. Another great thing about internal podcasts is if you are onboarding new employees, it's a great way that they get a taste of the company culture and see if you guys are a fun company to work with. On top of that, they can learn about all your protocols and your practices through the podcast. Another great thing is if you want to bring on guests on the podcast. So a lot of companies bring in experts in different topics to get their employees to the next level. So instead of doing that on a video or a Zoom call, why not do it on a podcast? Because again, people can listen to this when it's convenient for them. And so I think it's another great tool for internal podcasting. And internal podcasting is just great overall because, like I mentioned at the beginning, it's a great way to keep everybody connected. Let's face it, the hybrid model is here to stay, where some people are going to work from home and some people are going to go into the office only a few times a week. So why not have an internal podcast where you're able to keep everything that you want everybody to be in the know for the company on the podcast in a fun and entertaining way. And it's a little bit different too. It's not just a standard company newsletter. It's something that's going to be different and make employees want to engage with you. Okay, so that's my information on internal podcasting. Please comment below if you have any questions. Hit the button to subscribe and the bell for notifications, and we'll talk to you soon.